we're clear. Whew, man. That was another one in the can, dude.
We made it.
I mean, we did. That was 200 episodes.
200 episodes.
200 episodes.
I'm proud of you.
I can't believe we made it, dude. I can't believe we made it.
Wait.
No.
Why? There's like red numbers. There's still red numbers going.
Yeah. Those are the red numbers that show up when you're
red numbers
recording.
show up when you're recording.
No. They show up when you're stop. They show up when you're done.
No,
recording.
it's definitely recording right now. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of everything that's happening right now, can you please point to the record button?
Like, Mike, I'm the tech guy now. I don't need you interfering with what we're doing, but the tech button is this. When I stop recording, I hit the red circle like you're supposed to.
No, that's to stop. You're stopping the recording when we're apparently supposed to be starting the recording.
Yeah, well, Mike, there's a reason I'm the tech guy now.
I've literally spent 4 days a week going to your place while you recorded because you said, "Hey, I've got this."
Yeah, and I do have this. I've been hitting the.
You haven't sent me one recording.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, hang on.
Have you listened to one yet?
Not necessarily. I've been busy.
You haven't been busy recording.
I got paperwork. I got a lot of paperwork going on, and I'm starting to get into Wu-Tang right now. So I've been working on a lot of things. 1
to 10, how sure are you that you've been recording for the last 2 years?
I'm 100% sure that
I'm pretty sure you're not.
The right button. I've been hitting that. I've been hitting the red circle at the stop.
No. What can you see numbers going by the screen right now? That's a timer.
Yeah, those are
for the recording that's happening. We're currently recording. So we are currently recording, and for the last 2 years, you fucked us over. We did over 200 recordings, I'm pretty sure, over the last 2 years, and 4 nights a week we've been recording through the pandemic, and you didn't capture one of them. We're doing this again. Guess who's back?
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're fucking doing it.
Yeah, well.
How's everybody been? How you doing out there?
Good hiatus.
Can you call that a hiatus?
Hiatus, stress leave.
That's a hiatus?
Sabbatical.
How long can a hiatus technically be?
I was getting paid the whole time.
Not for doing this.
Well, I mean, eventually, when the royalties come in,
from the nothing we did,
people are going to pay for the
or from your job. Are you talking about paychecks?
Well, we got to hear. No, I was getting government paychecks.
Government cheese.
Yeah, what does that mean, government cheese?
I have no idea.
Is that what Americans call like just the cheese and like the KD cheese wrappers? Do they call it government cheese? What is government cheese?
I just assumed it was government money.
Jamie,
but that doesn't make any sense. Jamie,
pull up government cheese.
I like how you just talked to a TV in the corner. What would you do if the TV answered you?
I know, but that hey, get a Siri for it. What do we need Jamie for? Get a Siri.
Oh,
Siri, pull up government cheese, and it'll go on the monitor.
That's true.
Why not? Right?
We could ask Siri, what does government cheese mean?
Siri, that's true. Let me ask Siri quickly.
I mean, I've always wanted to have a guest. Everybody, welcome to our next guest. Her name is Siri.
Siri, show me government cheese.
Here's your information.
Government cheese is processed cheese provided to welfare beneficiaries, food stamp recipients, and the elderly receiving Social Security and the government in the United States, as well as to food banks and churches.
Oh, so there's nothing bad about government cheese. This is the government helping people.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I like government cheese right now. I guarantee government cheese is KD slices.
No, you know what government cheese is? Government cheese is the term that fucking like, what's the Trumps, the Republicans. I'm showing how dumb I am because I don't follow politics. The Republicans call helping the people of the United States.
What do they call it? They call that welfare.
But they call it government cheese. Like, oh, you've been living off the government cheese.
Oh, I suppose. But no, government cheese has a literal... There it is right there. It's KD wrappers. I mean, also shows a lot of other low-quality cheeses, but one of the first ones was KD wrappers.
They're not referring to literal cheese, man. You're
I think
crazy.
It was. No.
You're nuts. There's no chance they're referring to real cheese.
I think the saying comes from once a real thing and then expands into what it was. It's government cheese. You're living on government cheese. They didn't say government. No. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right.
I feel my mic's a little invasive now, actually. And we're just going to hold for technical problems here.
And these ones are pretty good. I don't think it's going to make any noise.
Kind of right in my face.
You just ruined the flow.
Did I fuck it all up?
No.
All right, good.
How can you fuck this up?
That's true, too.
It's already
Move
fucked
my chair
up.
around. I already got to pee again.
Jesus Christ. We are literally 5 minutes into recording, and you're like, you got to piss, you got to move the chair, move the mic.
There's something going on with pissing.
You need to at least have the mic close to you.
Has to be closer. Yeah, we went to trivia last week.
Sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. Welcome to the world's greatest podcast on the planet.
You'd think after 300 episodes we'd have it down by now.
300 episodes, yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine if we left it in your hands to record this?
Just watching you sort out the booth over there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh man. It was like if you were like working on like a V12 sports engine and I didn't even have a socket set next to me.
Really? Yeah.
I couldn't even hand you a tool if you asked me for like
I feel like I'm an idiot doing this and I can handle it.
There is nothing I can donate to help.
Really?
Anyway, I'm totally invalid to help you in any of this stuff.
They make it pretty idiot proof. Like it's really not that hard.
Betty, I can barely email.
Yeah,
that's good. Honest to God, barely email. I don't even understand how people. I'm looking at like an Egyptian menu when I look at emails where it's just like, okay, but why is all this like purple? There's like purple letters. There's like a purple font. I'm like, what's all that?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
In the menu?
No, I'm talking about like an email.
Oh, in an email.
Yeah, like there's other emails and there's like a bunch of web jargon in there.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is? Why is that even there?
That's all the old emails.
Yeah, why? Don't give me that.
I think you can choose not to send it.
Oh, please. Someone's got to show me how to do that then. I don't know how to do that, man. I've missed it.
You got to do an email tutorial.
I've probably lost my company a ton of money not by reading the purple words.
I don't know. Those are old emails. You probably don't need to read them.
Oh, all right. I hope so, man.
Old news.
I hope so. For the record, me and Mike we haven't recorded over
a year now. It was like November.
It's been 2 years.
November 2020, I think.
Did we record during COVID ever?
Yeah, November 2020, I think. Or maybe like Jan. No.
COVID started in 2020? It's been 2 years, like real 2 years?
Yeah, COVID started March 2020.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I got to say, it didn't affect me.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me. I was a jerk about it, but.
It didn't, well, you were the only one I know that was living like it not fully didn't happen. You were respectable, but you were also like,
I just didn't see old folks.
Do you want to hang out with me? Because I will come hang out with you. If you want to hang out with me, I will come hang out with you.
I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, but I'm fully into hanging out.
Yeah.
Other people are just like, hey, man, I'll see you in 2 years. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is something I didn't. Like, I know the doctors are right. I know the science is right. I mean, I know. I believe them.
You're far too. Oh, that's a shitty thing. I was gonna say you're far too selfish, but you're not. But you're far too like, I need to have this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a needy person.
It's a little needy. I'm not going to
no.
do well if I have to sit inside and do all this. Like it's just not gonna be well for me.
Oh yeah. Even the first Zoom calls, I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Well, even those, like in the beginning, we had little groups. Like we had our group. It was like 6 to 8 people. Mm-hmm. We hung out on the weekends, small bubble, didn't see parents, didn't see other people. It was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
But very recently, like Kate and I got COVID.
Right.
And that was really hard. It was like 3 weeks. And I was like, shit, I don't even have that small bubble of people. Now it's just literally the two of us being in the house with the dog. Mm. And like by the 3rd week of that, I was going crazy, and I immediately was like, holy shit, there are people that have like not left their house in a very long time. Yeah. And I'm like, I just did 3 weeks.
I know many of them. I know tons of them.
It's like, insane to me.
I don't know how people did it.
People are, I don't think I really fully understood, and this is me being ignorant. I didn't understand how fucked up it was for some people.
Yeah. And
still is.
And I think, too, people haven't told me. No one's told me. But I'm pretty sure I pissed off a lot of people, not knowing. But the idea is they saw me in photos, hanging out, having a blast anyway, you know?
you pissing off people's not new.
I know, but I don't want. These are people that I don't care about pissing off everybody. There's people that I definitely don't want to upset that person or this family or anything like that.
Yeah, I get that.
And when they see photos of me just like partying randomly, they don't realize I'm in a bubble of people and stuff like that. So I think I was actually being, actively avoided for a while.
I think there were definitely those points. Because I mean, even when I talk about like our group of people, you were the one that was like, "Ooh, is he hanging out with other people?"
Yeah,
I felt like I was being cheated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fair to say too, because there's people being like, I saw some people going to cottages. I'm like, I would love to go on that cottage or done that thing. And they're like, yeah, well, our parents are going to be there, and you're kind of doing your own thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I see.
And if they said, "Come on up," you would have been there.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
There's no holds barred.
I think I see what I've done here. No, at no point was I intentionally trying to advertise that I was kicking ass and taking names or anything. It was hanging out, and people put shit on social media. It happens.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's been tough, and trying to come back to doing this has definitely been tough. Like we've talked about it, and then even when we wanted to during the pandemic, I was like, "What the fuck are we going to talk about?"
Yeah.
Because realistically, there's nothing going on. We can't go and do anything.
Nothing exciting happened last weekend, and we've seen each other. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Me and Mike have seen each other every weekend for 2 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing new for us to talk about.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. Or the things we got together to talk about are definitely not interesting to put on the fucking tape.
I'm struggling to know what we're going to talk about tonight, honestly. Maybe we should have run through.
I mean, who knows what the fuck we're going to talk about. But I did want to talk about the fact that every band on the goddamn planet is now touring, and I can't afford it. It's like,
it's sad.
The minute you think, oh, this is my favorite band, and they got tickets, you're like, cool, I'll buy those tickets.
Yeah.
Then your actual favorite band that you didn't realize was your favorite band is touring. You're like, fuck, I need tickets to that fucking show.
I know.
And I don't want to not support them because I'm like, holy shit, these guys have been out for like 2 years. Like being a musician's got to be. You can look at like a bunch of musicians, like famous musicians that in the public eye, and like they're all overweight. They're not touring. They're all like, you know what I mean? Like it's been a really rough time for them. And I'm like, I want to support every single one of them. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, like a week goes by and I'm like, I just spent probably like I just hundreds of dollars in a week on concert tickets. Never mind like the week before or whatever. And it's like, okay, gotta say no. I gotta start saying no.
I'm so uninterested in going to giant live venues anyway. So are they small venue concerts?
Uninterested?
Uninterested. I don't want to go to large venue concerts anymore. I don't want.
There's some good ones. It depends on the band.
I barely enjoyed them as a teenager, honestly. Just being in a massive venue like that, but people are like, it's not. I don't have people fear. I don't like standing in one spot.
Yeah,
because I got my arm. I don't even know what to do with my arms. So my pockets are crossed. Or
what about small shows? Like
I love a small show.
What are your favorite venues in Toronto?
I like Sweaty Betty's or like the Phoenix. Even the Phoenix is like a bit big, right?
That's like the biggest you would go, the Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix is too.
I like the Phoenix.
Phoenix is borderline pretty big though. And that's where I messed up.
But like those places like the Hard Luck and the Horseshoe Tavern.
Oh, I love that.
Like that small, sweaty vibe.
Exactly.
Smells a little funny.
Yeah, that's where I'm comfortable. And then, and it's not a matter of the amount of people around me. It's a matter of, again, too low, too deep, not pointing at me. Good God. I'm already going to piss my pants, too. Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something going on. I got pissed too much now. Sorry.
Yeah, I had called it a long time ago. Diabetes or kidney stone.
I went to the doctor. I was at the doctor 2 weeks ago. I got an ultrasound, everything. All clear. I just pissed too much now.
All right.
I piss and fart too much. I'm 39. It happens.
Cool.
We were talking about the Phoenix?
We were talking about Phoenix. You got something cool?
Yeah. Well, because we were on a piss break when I came back. I'm like, I have a story about the Phoenix. Maybe we should tell it because it's kind of funny.
All right.
I went to the Phoenix with my friend Rob probably like 10 years ago. We were so excited to see Butthole Surfers. So excited because we loved them since a Nintendo commercial came out when we were like 11. Mm-hmm. And they played Who Was in My Room last night for a Nintendo commercial. And it was like so exciting. And I remember saying, like, who's that band? And I think Rob's older brother figured it out or someone figured it out. And we were so excited. We listened to Butthole Surfers our whole life. And they were a Texas-based band, to my understanding. Now,
I never knew that.
They had never come to, they call it like dirty Texas rock or some shit. But they came to Toronto for the first time that we'd ever heard about in our young adult lives, in our, I guess, mid-20s or something. And I'm like, dude, we got to see the show to come to Phoenix. We're so pumped. I had quit weed 5 years prior. I hadn't smoked weed in about 5 years. I go up to my buddy's apartment, and he's like, hey, we start watching America's Funniest Home Videos, and I drink about 12 beers in about 2 hours because we're laughing so hard. We haven't seen each other in a while. And before we go, my friend goes, hey, my girlfriend left us like a bunch of weed because we're going to a butthole surface show. We should smoke some weed, right? I'm like, yeah,
of course,
sure.
Why not? Yeah, Texas rock.
I used to smoke weed all the fucking time. So how much weed do you want to smoke? And he doesn't smoke weed either, really. He's like, I don't know, man. Let's do like 3 bowls each. which is
how old were you?
We were like 25, 26.
Right. Yeah. But you guys didn't smoke a lot of weed.
I literally, and at this point, I hadn't smoked weed in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Right. And he doesn't smoke a lot of weed.
This is a great idea.
Yeah. Thinking back to my time of smoking weed, I would smoke 3 papers. Every time I would smoke, it would be like some big cannon, and, you know, I can still do it. Couldn't do it. But it doesn't hit
you,
right?
can't.
Because I'm fucking shit-faced, right? So you don't feel the effects of it right away. And we smoked like 3 bowls each, which is like 12 joints.
Yeah.
Right? And we smoke all that shit, and we start walking down to the venue. We walk all the way there, and on the way there, I start to feel real swampy. Like, I'm doing mush mouth, like, oh, I can't fucking talk all that well, man. And he's struggling too. He's like, yeah, because he drank a lot too. We're watching America's Funniest Home Videos. For some reason, when you're laughing, you just start cranking beer.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other in a while. We're excited. We're ripped.
Yeah.
We're way too drunk. We shouldn't be this drunk. To go to a show at like, you know, I think the show started like 8. Mm-hmm. We get in there, and there's no opening band. There is no opening band. It's a kaleidoscope projection on the stage at the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they're just playing the Price is Right theme song on a loop.
Oh my
for like
God.
over an hour. And I'm just getting like, dude, I don't know what
it was probably once.
Yeah. Oh no. It was well, yeah, you know what? Sure. I am not going to stand behind my recollection on this, right? My testimony can be varied.
Fair enough.
But it was a difficult time. And I got to a point where I was just hanging off my friend. And he's my height, but he's got probably like 30, 40 pounds on me. And he's like, hey, man, dude, you got to get off me. Like, I'm as sick as you. You got to lay off. And I'm literally hanging off him.
Like, he's the only thing holding you up.
It gets to a point where I'm like doing the doting wife where I got like my fingers interlocked around his shoulders and I'm just got no knees underneath me. And I'm just, holding on to him. Oh, what am I going to do, man? He's like, dude, just go to the fucking bathroom, put some cold water in your face. I'm like, yeah, I will. So I like muster myself up and I start walking to the bathroom. And the corners of my eyes start going black. Black. And I'm like, oh, I've been here once before. I'm like, this is so bad. But and I got like drool connected to my chest. Like, I am bad.
Wow.
And the last thing I remember at that point was I went to go fall down and I went to grab just a stranger. And I remember him just stepping out of the way. He did like the quick dodge. Oh, hey, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Don't touch me.
Eat this. Get away. And I just clapped the floor. And I don't know if that's when I broke my nose across my face or if I knocked my teeth out at that point.
Wow.
Because when I woke up, I had 4 bouncers carrying me.
Out of the Phoenix?
Yeah, limb by limb. So a bouncer per arm. I'm not a big guy. This is overkill.
Yeah.
Right? One guy could have done it.
They got something to do,
Right.
though. They're oh, this is fun.
Maybe I've been a little rambunctious before that. I don't remember, but this is where I wake up. I'm facing upwards, and I got 4 guys carrying me, and we get to a door, and I put both my feet at the door frame, and I just stop, and I start doing something, and they don't like it. And this dude, the dude that was on my left, carrying my left arm, he hit me in the face with an elbow so hard I was out. I was gone.
Just done.
I woke up outside the venue again in a huge pool of blood. Like,
oh my God.
And I haven't seen my face. I don't know what the fuck's happening on my face, but there's blood just coming out of my face like crazy. Crazy. And my friend is in the venue, high as me and drunk as me. He has no idea where I am. He comes out and finally finds me, and there's so much blood, right?
Yeah.
He was looking around, and I think someone had said, like security said, like, are you looking for a friend or something? Because there's a really messed up guy outside, and it's probably your buddy.
Yeah.
He goes outside. He's like, he's never seen so much blood in his life. He's like, holy shit. He puts me in a cab with him, and he's like, I'll come into the hospital with you. I'm like, no. Like, my night's over, dude.
Yeah.
And it's whatever's happened to my face. It's a
What
face.
time is
I'm not
this?
having a heart attack. It's probably like 9. Yeah, right. I've probably already vomited like 4 times. I don't know. Like it's so absurd, right?
Yeah.
The band, to me, the band never played. The band was playing when I remember the band did start playing, but I was gone. I was so
tickets well spent.
Yeah, and I remember when I was in the hospital, I eventually like, can I just go to the bathroom? Because I thought I was like in trouble. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought the cop's going to show up or something. So I go to the bathroom, and I remember my nose, the bone of my nose was like past my eye. It was over here, like near my ear.
He's pointing to the corner of his eye.
Yeah. My nose was way over. And I started crying. Crying. Like, my nose is never going to be the same. It was like just 2 nostrils on my face.
It never has been.
No, you know what? It's been better ever since, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd broken my nose so many times prior. It was...
So, like, it's a full circle. It's been broken so many times it came back around.
They corrected my deviated septum and everything. It was amazing. It was a blessing. I still thank the butthole surfers for that.
I still thank the butthole surfers.
That was the only time I've ever done...
Because it was their fault.
That was the only time I've ever done ketamine, too. They gave me ketamine.
The band?
No, the doctors. So, I remember the doctor even said, hey... So this comes with a free glow stick, and the nurses start laughing, and they have to have a cop when they administer ketamine. They have to have a police officer available because 1 in 10 people become violent on ketamine or something, or maybe an even lesser ratio or more of a ratio. I don't know, but they have to have a police officer present when they administer ketamine. Basically, ketamine knocks you out for like 30 seconds. It puts you into a 30-second coma, and you come right back.
Really? Yeah.
And the reason they put this on me is to reset my nose.
So they knocked you out.
Yeah, so 2 people had to hold my head steady while one guy put his knee on my face and like put my nose back in place. And they go, okay, this comes with a free glow stick. Get ready for a ride. Wow. And I remember saying like, I don't feel anything. And they go, just watch the drip tube. Just watch the drip tube.
Yeah.
And it goes, I'm just watching drip tube. Nothing's happening. And then now I'm on a wild water rapid ride with a bunch of nurses and doctors on the raft with me going down this tube.
Jesus Christ.
And then I wake up and it's a bunch of doctors and nurses laughing. I mean, what's going on? They're like, well, we fixed your nose, but you tried to break a couple others. You got up, tried to swing and everything.
Swinging at people.
So now I'm handcuffed to the bed now because... for safety.
Yeah.
Not handcuffed.
Not your safety, for their safety.
Yeah, not handcuffed, like safety straps, like Velcro straps. Yeah. So I'm like Velcro strapped down, and that was uncomfortable. They unstrapped me. And,
was that in Toronto, or did they bring you back here?
No, it was in Toronto, yeah. It was like the closest hospital there. I couldn't tell you which one it was now, too. It was a rough night, man. I
like how I'm asking you questions like you remember what happened in any possible way.
Let me check my journal here that I kept when I was blacked out on.
Yeah. Great move. Yeah. All right.
We're back.
It's fucking just like, welcome to the fucking piss podcast.
I took 3 pisses. That's an actual truth.
I think you did actually have 3.
I took 3 pees.
It's fucking ridiculous. We haven't even been gone that long.
I know. I need to gain some weight.
Do you know how long we've recorded for?
Yeah, probably like I bet you 18 minutes.
It's 23 minutes, and we've had 2 piss breaks.
Yeah.
You probably have to go right now.
Not yet.
You could.
I'd always piss. I can always piss.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It sucks, dude. It sucks.
I just can't imagine what it's like to live in your head where you always have to piss. You can't enjoy anything anymore.
Like a Cocker Spaniel just begging
at the door. Like Cocker Spaniel. Well, no, the thing about Cocker Spaniels is they enjoy themselves. They do. Can you please put the mic in front of your mouth?
Oh, sorry. God
fucking Christ. The, you just pull it, bring it towards your mouth. That's it.
Got it.
That's all you gotta do.
Got it.
The we go to see the Batman.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we went and saw the Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot from the comics.
I liked it too.
But god damn it, the last 45 minutes, all I could fucking hear. You know what? I should probably go back a bit. I should go back to the beginning of the movie where all I could actually hear was you eating popcorn the whole time. You're a very loud popcorn eater. I am too. I have a feeling that I am also loud, but not once I hear somebody else
popcorn. I love eating popcorn like a fucking animal. It's the only food. I mean,
you shovel. Like you shovel full mouth. There's no
consequence to it. You can't do that with ice cream. You can't do that with a T-bone steak. You can take the biggest fistful of food What other food
and you can take like you could take one fistful of ice cream, shove it in your mouth, and be like, okay, whatever.
That's a big mess. That's a big mess.
But you can't do it for 40 minutes straight.
Oh man,
crushing a large bag of popcorn.
I love actually reaching in and getting as much popcorn in my hand that you can do, and then I shove it into my face, and I actually rub my hand all over it, and I try to get every kernel into my mouth in one go.
And it's just falling in your shirt and all over. And you don't give a shit.
And I remember I walk out of the theater and it's coming out of my shirt. It falls out of my shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kernels everywhere.
I leave a trail of popcorn in front of me. It's the best. It is the only food you can do that with. So I love doing that.
Yeah. Well, do you believe that there's a difference between movie popcorn and like microwave popcorn?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I love. I don't like microwave popcorn. I
don't like it at all. You just like I don't want to eat it at all.
I'll eat it, of course. I'll eat anything. But I mean, I know that there's a difference because microwave popcorn sucks. It stinks. It always smells like the burnt shit at the bottom of the bag.
And, I mean, like popping it in. Like we had some like kernels and oil, and then we popped it in a pot.
Yeah,
or it all popped in the pot with a lid on it. It was great. We've partaked in at least a few of your corn parties recently.
Yeah, they're fun.
Where you just man the fucking air popper for it's got to be a good half an hour.
It's fun. It's not that
popping
loud.
out corns.
Yeah, we got the stereo up and you're just
it's not loud. No, it's great. And you're putting on fresh butter, salt, and then you got that chili lime. I forget who makes it.
Somebody at Trader Joe's.
It's Trader Joe's. Yeah. Yes, correct. Yeah. And luckily enough, Brie actually gave me one, which I messaged her the next day. I'm like, thank you again. Do you want some money for this? And learn to come by it.
Yeah, no, she likes shopping.
Oh man, it's so good. I put it on eggs, put it on everything. It's great. By the way, shout out to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, they need it.
Yeah.
They're just a small mom and pop shop.
Just a small mom and pop shop. I don't know if you've heard of this. Trader Joe's.
There's a funny thing. They got rid of Trader Joe's had all these so Trader Joe has like his own logo. It's like the guy with a bum bag or something. I don't know what the logo was.
Oh, like the what do they call that?
I think it's bum bag or something sack. Something
it's
sack.
Oh man.
It's the handkerchief on a stick.
The handkerchief on a stick. There's that name. There's like a bindle.
I think it's a bundle bag.
A bindle.
Bindle
a bindle? I think it's a bindle, man. Yeah.
So they have that logo. But what they did was they're like, if it was like a Chinese dish, they'd have like a dude with like the triangle hat on.
Really?
Right, and with the crazy, it was the same
logo. I think it's a rice farmer hat.
So it looked like Trader Joe, but now he's got really squinty eyes and the stupid hat. And then it was
How long ago was this?
It was a Mexican one. There'd be a sombrero and a dumb look and missing teeth and shit. They got rid of that quick. They're like, oh, fuck.
They did that. Like, some guy was like, I got this great marketing
we got to haul this one back. Yeah. It's probably only like 5 years ago.
Who hired this fucking idiot?
It was probably only 5 years ago. They're like, we got to get rid of this shit.
So it was in circulation for like a year.
Very recent. They're just like, we got to get rid of this shit.
But it wasn't there long.
Yeah. And we're talking way out of our Canadian listeners' range because Trader Joe's, we don't have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's sad. I've never been to one. Maybe I've been to one. Mm-hmm. I think I've been to one. Pop in real quick, but that's all I got. But we were talking about Batman.
Yeah. So we went to see Batman.
Yeah.
So I went back to talk about your popcorn fucking fetish. And
yes. And I could talk about that a lot longer. I'd like to talk about Batman for a brief minute, though. So all the critics and everything that the internet does, all the memes and everything, I was waiting to see if anyone talked about this scene where he parachutes off a building.
Oh, you hated it.
It was so...
You did hate it. I heard you hate it in the theater.
I didn't hate it.
I heard your hate. I heard your blood boil. You just like, what? He would have fucking died. Jesus Christ, he's dead. Fucking Batman killed himself.
Of course
you were so angry.
Of course you would die. There's no way you can parachute off a building. And I mean, I don't want to do the thing with realism. I don't want to do that. But I mean,
it's kind of what you're doing, though.
At minimum, he's going like 200 miles an hour. Right?
Maybe.
And then okay, so he catches under a bridge, right?
Yeah.
So the parachute catches on the bottom, as he goes under a bridge, the parachute catches and he slams under the bottom side of a bridge and slides like 30 fucking feet or whatever. Hits a fire hydrant and gets run over by an ice cream truck. And he gets up, he makes these sounds. He goes, ooh, These are not Batman sounds.
Okay, you know what? I will give you the sounds. He's definitely a young Batman who's like, he's not just grunting. He's not the grizzled old like 60 Batman.
And here's what I said about Batman. I don't like watching my Batman. If I see Batman or Superman, these are the two guys I want to see. Like, they don't falter. They don't get screwed. They don't get messed up. I like my Batman large and in charge.
You don't want to see the beginning of Batman.
Don't put it in that context.
Well, because that's what it is.
My favorite Batman is the terrifying guy that can beat up 20 guys at the same time without taking a hit.
Yeah, but where did he learn how to do that?
Okay, fair and dandy. It's just, I'm saying, this is not my favorite way to see Batman. My favorite way to see Batman was Michael Keaton never taking a punch.
Yeah, okay, sure.
That's cool. I like that idea, that he's that good.
You want something a little more fantastical.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
I can appreciate the realism of it. I'm just saying, that's my favorite Batman. I like the invincible Batman.
This is not for you then. This is
not for me. I like a detective story and everything else, but I did find it. I did find the movie boring. The car chase was funny.
Really?
I found the movie a bit boring. The car chase was great. I don't understand it.
I'd give
the penguin went up against the Batman.
The ending was like,
yeah.
And spoilers, because there's probably going to be a lot of spoilers coming out here at this point. Probably should have said that a while ago. The ending was definitely a little bit like drawn out. Could have been cut up here and there, but like. I wouldn't call it boring. Like the movie wasn't boring.
Yeah, maybe I'm bored by
the pacing was definitely different than what superhero movies of today are.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not
another good thing. They weren't chasing after the glowing orb that was doing like.
They weren't like we're making our version of a Marvel movie out of Batman.
It was a good detective story. Yeah, I'm behind it all the way on that stuff. I did find the character of Batman in this one strange, where he was, he was almost picking on that Catwoman, where she's going like. I did this work for that guy. He's like, oh yeah, you worked for him, eh? Like he was like trying to bang Catwoman.
He was definitely a little creepy about Catwoman, like 100%. Like he actually even talks at one point about, he tells her that he saw her through her window.
Yeah.
Like staring at her. And he's like, yeah, I watched you through your window.
Yeah.
There's some weird choices and it's definitely different. It's darker. I think it was Chuck sent me a little meme that was talking about Batmans, and it was like Adam West and then Tim Burton to like Val Kilmer to Clooney to Christian Bale, and Batfleck was in there, and it just consistently got darker, like the image.
Yeah.
It was like darker, and it had like the years, like 89 to whatever year to 2022, the Batman. And then like 2025 was just like a black square. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Like fair enough. They are just getting darker and darker.
With Nirvana songs and stuff. But that's what people want, I guess.
That's one thing that I thought was going to make me cringe was the Nirvana song. The fact that it was in the trailer made me feel weird. Then I heard it was in the movie and I'm like, oh, fuck me. This is going to be bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Like I really didn't. I was like, okay, like that's not that bad. And then they actually pulled like a few notes out of that song and created the score around it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's great.
But the score was kind of
not my favorite song. I never liked Nirvana myself, so
that's fair. Yeah, I did know that about you.
Whiny.
He's just whining. It's funny that a whiner doesn't like a guy who whines. I was like, that's really weird.
Yeah, I don't. Am I whiny? Oh my God, am I a whiny?
I think you're becoming a whiner.
Oh Lord.
Mostly about entertainment.
Well, you've been calling me out on stuff. Like, there's tons of things I enjoy. Like you're saying, like every time I say something negative. Every time I say something negative, you're like, you think things every night. I love everything. I just watched the Amy Schumer show. Liked it. I love that show.
That's the first thing that's recent that you've liked.
Well, no. I like all kinds of new stuff. I'm watching that new show, something about Pam or whatever it's called. It's great.
CBS
I love all kinds of things.
911 show.
I'm allowed to ridicule the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies are stupid.
No, go ahead.
They're fun to watch.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But there are definitely some good shows out there that I'm like, what? How did you not like this? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, what do you like? And most of what you like is like back in like the early 2000s, 90s. Like that is what you like. And you mostly don't like anything new. There's very little that you like that's relevant.
I would like to watch Perfect Strangers front to back again and see how many episodes I could talk along to.
Is that like Paramount Plus?
Yeah. I wonder who's got it.
Yeah, somebody's got it. Perfect Strangers, Balky Bartakamos.
I could sing along.
What's Larry's last name?
Larry Appleton.
Appleton.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Jennifer and Marianne were the girlfriends. Yeah. So Jennifer was a smoke show. Oh my God, the girls were gorgeous. Right. And
do you think they're still gorgeous? Can you remember them?
I would know them. I don't know their actors.
Do you think that if you saw them now, you'd be like, yeah, they're gorgeous? Or do you think you'd look at them and go, it's not exactly how I remember
I guarantee I'd still find them gorgeous. Yeah. I saw Larry Appleton in something recently. He did something recently. Yeah, he was playing. Oh no, I didn't see him.
Like City Slickers.
No. I saw I saw him on Family Matters. Okay, so I saw Larry Appleton on Family Matters.
So that's not recent.
That's not recent at all. No. But I did see him.
So you saw him on an episode of Family Matters.
I think he might have been in that movie where it was the Boston Globe.
What?
Covering sex scandal with the Catholic Church. I think he might have been in that. I think he was in something.
I've seen that.
I think he's been in something. Oh, come on, you've seen it.
You're gonna have to give me more than Larry saying Larry Appleton was in a Boston Globe.
Okay, it was Mark Ruffalo. It was about the Boston Globe covering all the priests boning kids.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
It was a really good movie. Yeah,
it's like something dark. The word dark's in it for sure.
I don't know if it's got that. Let me see here. Mark Ruffalo. We really do need a Jamie.
A Jamie? Why does he say Jamie? What podcast are you ripping off at this point?
The Joe Rogan one. Joe Rogan. It's always he's like harassing Jamie. Can you pull this up? Jamie, can you pull that up? You know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hardest part about being in a podcast at all right now is that like we're nobodies. Probably always will be. It's fine. But everybody who is somebody is starting a podcast,
right?
So we don't stand a fucking chance.
Well, that's fine. I mean, what if we did something? If we did something really outrageous, like one of those, like
murder suicide, or
no. Say if we did, if we did something crazy left wing or crazy right wing, people would. Oh yeah, let's hear it extremist because extremism is what's popular, like not popular, but it catches attention.
No desire to do that. Of course not. And I'm not smart enough to do that.
Right.
Or I'm not dumb enough to do that.
Right.
Depending on which side I want to take.
Right. I'm not influenced by either side. I'm just trying to do my thing here.
Yeah. That's the way it goes down.
Spotlight was the name of the movie. Spotlight is the name of the movie.
Ah, yes. Spotlight. Did not watch that.
Spotlight is a group of journalists who was actually at the Boston Globe. And their group was called Spotlight itself. And they themselves shamed themselves for actually accidentally suppressing the story years before about the Catholic Church doing what they were doing.
Right. Yeah.
And showed that over 50% of Catholic priests.
I bet you got 0 awards.
Probably, yeah. You're probably right.
See, because
let's not draw attention to this thing.
Yeah, no, they were like, you know what?
I think
fuck it. That's all my cousins.
Probably got some awards.
They're all fucked up over there, man.
Yeah.
The you know what I want to go do it. This is called a throwback to when you used to tell me we should watch There's Something Weird About Kevin or whatever.
Yeah, did you watch that, dude?
Never watched it.
Oh no!
But I found out. I was reading an article about the actor who played Kevin.
Yeah, he just got arrested.
Yeah, again. Mm-hmm. So apparently he's just like getting smashed in bars and like picking on women.
Well, he took the microphone off a guy playing karaoke was the story I heard.
Guy probably sucked.
Fuck him. Like you know what? He's supposed to be, if you're in your 20s.
I think he's like in his 20s and he's probably just getting bombed for the first time.
Don't give a 20-year-old fucking
This is what I was talking about.
This is with Bieber. This happened with Shia LaBeouf. Like he's 20 and he's shit-faced and he's
a millionaire.
Let it happen, dude.
Yeah.
Like we can't judge a person's character for the rest of their life. In fact, this person is going to build into a pretty good person because they're going to have all kinds of therapy and everything they need. You know,
yeah,
they're going to be better than us.
It's always weird, like celebrity culture. Like it's crazy how enamored we are as people to enjoy celebrity culture as much as we do. Because as much as I don't want to enjoy it, I do. Or I'm intrigued by it. I guess I maybe not enjoy it, but I am definitely intrigued by it, and to the point that we put on a show yesterday. What's it called? Beyond the Edge or something. And it's like a Survivor-esque wannabe show.
Okay.
But it is like, I think it's about 9 or 11 or something celebrities.
What's the
they're celebrities and they're forced to live in the Panama jungle, Panamanian jungle. I knew there was a word for it here.
There you go.
So the Panamanian jungle. So they're forced to live there for however many nights, and for every well, they don't call them challenges because that's a Survivor thing. For every adventure, they're given so many dollars towards their people who they can give towards their charity.
Right.
So they're playing for charity. There's like ex NFL guy, ex NBA guy, some old model. She's still a smoking babe. There's Jodie Sweetin from Full House. I forget. I think she was.
Oh, that was the
Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie. Yeah,
Stephanie.
Yeah.
She's like
giant fake jugs on her now.
I didn't notice if they were giant or not.
They commented on it even in Full House 2 or the new Full House or whatever.
Fuller House.
Yeah, they even comment on her new jugs.
Her new jugs,
which is like I thought it was like a Christian show. I'm surprised they commented on the new jugs.
I don't know. But she's like full mom. She's talking about how she's playing. She wants them. She's doing this so that her kids know you can do anything, and so they're all doing this. There's like.
Your kids I get it. Okay, your kids can. Okay, you can survive.
You can do anything.
I was thinking actually, you can go on any game show.
No. Like you can do anything that you know. Like my kids would never believe I could do this because I'm a rich celebrity since I was a child. And then there's like country stars, and there's there's American Idol runner-ups, like not winners, but runner-ups. Old coaches.
And these are people, agents that are desperate, and the agents.
Yeah, they're all like B-list, maybe C-list celebrities. Right. So they're not nothing crazy. And so I'm watching this. The announcer is this guy from UFC.
Oh.
And
he's a black dude?
No, okay. White dude, dyed black hair. I forget his fucking name. His name's Moreno or Moreno or
yeah,
we should get that.
Yeah, it's Kevin Moran.
No, that's his first name is Moran or Moran.
Oh, okay.
And he talks like this, and he's ready to get everybody to do the next adventure. And welcome Jodie Sweetin up here now. Man. And he does it through every challenge, every bit. Even when they're all sitting around the fire, or they call it sitting at the lanterns.
Okay.
Which is not tribal, whatever, Survivor. It's basically like a really terrible ripoff of Survivor.
Right. Celebrity Survivor. We got
kind of. Yeah, but here's how it ends. And this is the part that's the absolute fucking worst is they sit around it and they basically ask, so who wants to stay for another night? Or who wants to ring the bell? Uh-huh. And there's a bell. You want to leave? You can't hack it. You want to go home?
It's like the Navy SEALs thing. Yeah.
You ring the bell. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to stay, you can just stay.
Yeah.
They're given these already made, like full residents made out of bamboo. Right. They're given like 8 machetes. They got all these knives. They got all this stuff. They had to trudge through mud for a challenge.
Oh dear!
One of them almost cried. They were stuck for like 30 seconds. It was terrible. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to know who gives up because I feel like that would be really entertaining. But I don't know if I could invest another minute.
The producers are just they make all that shit up.
It's just
the whole
brutal.
Thing's completely contrived. All that kind of reality shit.
The UFC announcer guy is the most annoying part of it.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I could probably forgive, but as soon as he opens his goddamn mouth, I'm over it.
Bree watches the Big Brother one, or I don't know which one it was, but there's an announcer over it the whole time, making this crazy voice at all times, and he's like intentionally annoying. He actually makes some good jokes here and there. You're like, well, okay, well, I mean, he's got a tough job because he's talking.
Yeah.
Each episode's an hour.
Well, that one guy, one announcer. He's probably the one announcer who's doing everything. The guy who's like does the floor is lava guy.
Right. Maybe
that guy's doing everything.
Yeah.
He's like the announcer for everything.
I think it might have been Love Island or something. They're basically like a rooftop bar that they converted into a bunch of condos. I don't understand watching that shit.
Reality TV is one of those things where like I want to hate it so bad and then I get sucked into it.
I've never been sucked in. I've never given a shit.
It's all that takes is like 2 episodes and then you've picked someone that you either fucking hate.
It reminded me.
Or you fucking love.
I forgot. I'm in a Canadian Big Brother pool.
I was going to ask you about that. You did? Yeah, you're in?
I actually forgot who I picked entirely. I haven't watched an episode since the
Maybe
first
they're
episode.
out. You could be out.
I could be out right now.
You have no idea.
I picked.
Was that with Dana and Ben?
Yeah. And there was a doctor. He was like the most super good looking like Indian dude.
Yeah.
He's like also Native American. He's treating children and animals. He's the best guy I've ever heard of. I'm like, okay, well, anyone who like votes against this guy, they're just a piece of shit. So that guy should win.
The saddest part, he'll be like,
First out.
top 3
First out,
out.
he's the least interesting person.
Yeah, they're like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Producers will be like, yeah, we know you want to probably marry him, but he's got to go.
But this guy has no fake tits. Let's pay more attention to this.
He's not saying anything outrageous. He's actually like a really nice guy.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. He's sitting quietly in the corner reading. He's not the most interesting person. On the show.
That's not going to work for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch the Canadian. There's a Canadian one called Last One Laughing, and it's
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of Canadian. And you know what? I'm happy that a bunch of pretty good comedians, Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, Tom Green, and Jay Baruchel, they all gave this a shot because they don't need to, right? They're just kind of being loyal to Canadian CBC stuff.
There's some up and comers, and there's some people that are like new on the hit list.
Exactly, and they didn't need to do this. Like Dave Foley did not need to do this, and it's probably a very small paycheck in the first place. Maybe if it's huge, fine, dandy, power to him. The show's not funny at all.
Really, at all?
Funny. That's not funny.
I have a hard time.
I do not want to dump. These are funny people. Obviously, I know they're funny. There's like Jean Lajoie on it. All these people have made hilarious.
Yeah.
Tom Green's one of my idols. It's not funny. It's just like, don't laugh. So it's just a room where they're trying to make each other laugh. And,
yeah. See, I heard it was actually decent.
Yeah.
I heard there was one person that wasn't funny.
Which one did you hear?
I don't remember now.
Yeah.
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 I heard there was one person that sucked, and then it was like all good.
There's one guy.
It was really funny.
I think I watched 6 episodes. I'm like, I'm going to just close this season because I get home from work and I get home from work at like 2 a.m. I'm like, well, I'm just going to watch like 6 hours of TV and go to bed. I'm going to close this season out. And then I got to like episode 4 and that's it. You got to wait for more episodes. I'm like, oh, well, I'm done now.
It wasn't all aired.
I'm not going to revisit this.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest thing with streaming now. They're doing it like week to week to week to week or whatever.
It should be that way.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's just back to cable TV again.
I'd rather it be that way because you sit there and you contemplate, like Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones every episode. I had to wait a week for every episode.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in the much seat and contemplating what the next episode is going to hold.
Yeah, you get that water cooler moment where you get to discuss it.
That's what you want. And then you think about it and it makes it way better. I miss
that out of, it was Lost actually, I think was the one that I remember like, you'd watch an episode and then you'd talk with everybody who was into it and you'd have that chat.
And you cared more.
For sure.
Yeah. The instant gratification of your impulse to just get the next thing and find out all the answers. You're supposed to, say if you're reading a book, you're not going to read a whole book in one sitting. No one really does.
So yeah.
Right.
Very, very seldom.
Right. So it keeps your interest and you come back to it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to watch a show and get instant gratification to everything. And then you get the whole story. You get the beginning and conclusion with no contemplation as to where it could go. You're not even using your brain. You just get fed the whole story and you're supposed to be satisfied with the conclusion. And then people go and I don't like the conclusion. Like, you didn't even think about the fucking,
you weren't really paying attention to the whole thing. You were crushing it, right?
You just crushing it.
You bring up something interesting, but here's the thing. So I do believe there are a lot of people that do crush a book in a couple of days. Like they chapter to chapter to chapter. There's actually quite a lot that do that. But here's something that is semi-different. And what's funny is here's a shout out to my friend's podcast, Geekcentric.
Right.
We'll have Nate on here. I've already talked to him.
I can't wait to have Nate on.
Yeah, we'll have Nate on for sure. And maybe more of them, which would be amazing. They have what's known as, they call it a watch club. It was like a book club, but better.
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about this, I was realizing, I'm like, wait a minute, books, people crush them,
right? But
they do a book club.
Right.
So when you're really into it, you do a book club. So you can all sit around, you can deliberate, you can talk about it. And so they do a watch club. And recently I just was listening actually today to they did a watch club. They're doing a watch club. They do a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of the Disney Plus stuff, like Star Wars or whatever else is going on.
Right.
And I listened to the Moon Knight one. So like first episode of their Moon Knight watch club. And I was like, I literally messaged Nate. I'm like, I need to be on this.
Oh yeah, you want to get on that?
So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that maybe I can get on an episode.
Aren't they out like Etobicoke or something?
I don't know where they are, but they're now remote because Nate moved out to the East Coast. So Nate is on the East Coast, but they've been doing remote. And him and I have actually connected to figure out how we could maybe do some remote stuff. So something that we're looking at doing going forward. If anybody's out there is like, yo, I want to chat, I want to get on, I want to give my opinion, we can...
Opinions.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of pinions.
Racket pinions.
Get some pinions in here.
Get some peanuts.
I don't know.
But yeah, as an option. But I like that. I never realized that books, people binge books, regardless of if it's every night or whatever.
However,
it is, like,
no matter how much you binge a book, the idea that they're looking forward to going back to it because they're contemplating going back to it. Most people do that. Yeah. I mean, I have like a few insane, I have maybe one insane friend that will read a book all in one go, like has to close it out. And he's insane. He's homeless now. So I don't know anyone else.
You know more than that. Like I've done that before.
Well, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, my lady Kate's done that before.
I'm sure she has. But
they're big readers.
Yeah, I have no idea. There's a point when I'm reading and it does not take long, especially now after with the phone thing with the
your attention span
shot
squash.
It's shot, dude.
Yeah,
shot. I used to watch a foreign movie. I could watch any foreign movie. You give me anything. I'll read the subtitles. I was totally happy. I was sitting in front of my computer and just read all the subtitles. I can't do it. I can't do it now.
Yeah. Well, you told me that you actually like a subtitle movie now because it forces you to put your phone down.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's the idea. But there's I still haven't watched that Korean one.
Drive My Car.
I don't know what that is.
That
was Parasite.
Oh, really? Parasite was great.
I know. And they're making an American version right away. They're like, oh, I got to make an American one. I think it's already out or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that. But the Korean version is incredible, by the way. You definitely should watch it. It won Best Picture. Like, it is a great movie.
I'm looking forward to it, but it's one of those things like I have to get rid of other things in my life at the same time. I'm studying for a class right now.
You have to stop scrolling through tits on your phone. That's all you have to do.
I know. I got to get rid of the phone. I'm actually at work now. I'm bound to the phone. Only a few months ago, if I had a flip phone, it would have been fine. Now I have to have a smartphone, and I've never wanted a flip phone more in my life. Just like, well, you can just only call me. I won't even receive. I want to just receive calls, no texts, nothing from work. That's it.
If you had a phone that didn't have the ability to connect to the internet, you'd lose your mind.
I don't know if that's true. I would like that. I would like that at this point.
You can have that still.
That's what I want, but now I'm bound to this fucking thing. I have for my work.
Now that you've tasted it, you're like, oh, I gotta have it.
I want out. I want out so bad. I'm surprised that there's not more of a movement to be like, we're going back to flip phones. We're going to basic phones. You think there'd be like a tribe of people being like, no.
Well, you can shut stuff off. You can literally like just be like, I don't want between the hours of this and this. I don't want it to do these things. That's true. You'd have to learn that though.
I should do that. Yeah. I should get on that because like I watched myself waste an entire day today. I just destroyed a whole day. I had like
scrolling.
I literally on the fridge. I had a whole plan. Here's what you're doing today. I did one task. I just went back to the couch, looked at the phone, didn't do anything.
You got to piss?
Always.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk about the Oscars.
Now we're going. Okay.
So Will Smith, I heard that you want to talk about Will Smith.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking about it with a coworker for a week straight. It's so interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, levels. I can't stop myself from looking it up and finding out a little bit more. Yeah.
I mean, I'm never going to tire of it.
Yeah. We said we wouldn't talk about Trump on this podcast.
That's fair.
That's it.
Right.
So the Will Smith's fair
Will
game.
Smith thing, man. Like, there's nothing unique you or I can possibly say about it. There's people who...
It's all been said.
Yeah.
It's all been said.
Jim Carrey said some great stuff.
Really? I never heard what Jim Carrey said. What did he say?
Jim Carrey said, like, it's the most insulting thing that... I don't think he's used the term Hollywood elite, but he shows how crass Hollywood has become, where they say one thing and allow another thing to happen. I'm for the Hollywood. I like the Hollywood elite. I like the idea that that's the idealistic society that we should all kind of look towards. Like, look, these people are all millionaires.
Yeah,
with all their time spent on bettering themselves.
Yeah, that's why those tweets that were going around that were like, you know what the saddest part about Will Smith hitting Chris Rock is? And then they fill in the tweet with like, the fact that the ozone layer is whatever. And they just basically would go into other like way more important things.
Right.
And I was like, oh, those are really clever. And it was like really funny to like watch people be like,
I've seen those too.
This is not an important shit to talk about.
Of course.
That's why we need to talk about it.
Right, I know. But the thing is, You know what? We got 80 years on the planet, you know, and the last 20 are really shitty if you make them.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's funny to focus on people that you're supposed to idolize, or maybe you once even did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I idolize Will Smith at any point, but there are.
Will Smith was probably one of the better. Like, if I were to like rate people on like a spectrum, and celebrities, I would have put him on the real good side.
I would have thought so. I would have thought so.
And
even
I still don't know what side I'm taking, so I guess that's hard. Is that like I'm saying that like he's bad, but at the same time, like I did read he tweeted something. I'm not even on Twitter. I don't even know how I've seen this many tweets.
Right,
but he tweeted about. I guess it's not really talking about, but he said, you know, he realized what he did was wrong and it's not the person he wants to be. I'm totally paraphrasing, by the way. I don't remember exactly what he said, a couple beers deep, but it basically was like, you know, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And he apologized to Chris Rock. He apologized to the Academy. He did like, this is not what we're supposed to be like arguing about and all this kind of stuff. He really did kind of own up to being like, I shouldn't have done that.
Sure.
And that would like people make mistakes. He said he reacted entirely out of emotion and shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And then you go and you also read like there was an article by Hakeem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
I don't know if you read that.
No.
And he basically was talking about how far back Will Smith had progressed, African Americans and women, and he just basically pushed them all back into a corner because of the things that he did.
Right.
That between both the smacking of Chris Rock and his speech that he went up to talk about how he had to protect all these women and like they can't protect themselves.
Yeah,
and
that's sad.
all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, who the fuck am I to know whether what he is saying is good or bad? And I have no fucking idea.
You're not the protector of the righteous, and that's the thing. People, you get wound up in thinking these celebrities are supposed to be some social construct of how important. I want them to be that way. I really do. I want to idolize celebrities and be like, you know what, that is someone that has every opportunity in the world and is doing it the right way. And sadly, he proved to everyone he's not ever going to be that person.
Well, it's not ever, or he lost himself in a moment. Sure. I think he lost himself in a moment. Yeah, but personally,
there's some things like I'm curious to know how this goes in the future. Where it's like, are you actually going to employ this guy? Should you employ this guy? I don't think you should.
Do you think this is gonna you think people are what's the word the kids are saying? They're gonna cancel Will Smith? You think Will Smith is canceled according to
cancel culture? I don't know. There's sometimes cancel culture. I'm not against cancel culture in a sense when especially if you can't control your impulses and you're gonna result in violence. Like, hey, he doesn't come from a background of comedy, but has been around comedians enough of his life to know.
Doesn't he come from? Well, I guess fresh. Like he was a hip hop artist first, right?
And it was borderline novelty, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't. I don't think he was a rap artist. Took himself very seriously as a rap artist. I think it was a party rap artist or
Fresh
something.
Prince of Bel-Air was comedy.
The sitcom, yeah,
like that.
But he also had beautiful, serious moments. Everyone knows the scene where he's like, "Why don't he want me, man?" And that's good acting. He did a good job, right? Yeah.
Well, he's proven himself as a good actor. There's no denying him the fact that he's a good actor.
Well, maybe we've given. It shows a crazy sense of entitlement where you go like, I'm allowed to disrupt an entire award show that's essentially at this point based around me. Because he probably knows he's going to receive that award. There's 3 tables
related to his movie sitting at the front of the fucking
thing. And he
thing.
probably knows he's going to receive the award. I mean, I don't know how that shit works. I'm not even going to bother contemplating. He knows he's probably going to win that award. So this is his big show. There's an auditorium filled with people all about him. And he chooses to react and strike an artist in the face. Right?
And then there's the side that I feel like I'm the only one who's kind of thinking this because I'm probably wrong. Is the reality is, excuse me, the conspiracy side of was this planned? Am I the only one that kind of thinks
You hope it's staged. You wish it's staged. I want it to be staged. I want, like I said,
like to everyone to come out and
April
be like,
Fool's today.
Everyone comes out and announces today. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
It would have been the best thing. It would have been an amazing fucking prank on the world. It would have been so great, and people wouldn't have believed it or something. People would have been like, no,
like
it was
Will
real.
Smith, Chris Rock, and fucking Jada Pinkett Smith, arm in arm, come out and go.
Super funny.
Gotcha.
Super funny. It would have been an amazing thing. Even Will, using his best judgment as he's approaching him violently, like preparing to slap him, he'd been like, oh, I'm going to use my better judgment. I'm going to my arm around him, and we're going to do a bit, and I'm going to blow. Maybe I'm going to blow this. I'm going to start.
There's a lot of things that would have been better for sure.
Yeah.
The everyone has talked about this, and I for one of the first things that I thought right away was like, oh well, what if it was Ricky Gervais? Like the name Ricky Gervais apparently lit up on all the social media sites because like, what if it was him?
Right.
And he said that about Tom Hanks's wife. Like, would it have made a difference?
Right.
Is it a color thing and all this, right? So people are like speculating all over the fucking place. And
I think it's so sad everyone relates to color or race. I mean,
yeah, the only thing Akeem Abdul-Jabbar said that the worst part for his race was that a lot of people like to stereotype that it's they react out of emotion.
right.
So he was like, this is just proving that point that we can't just we always have to react out of emotion. So this is, and I was like, you know,
So
what?
sad, dude.
People are allowed to react out of emotion. This is like,
it's not a race to race thing.
yeah, there's not a race. This is
It's
like,
not a race to race.
It's definitely not. But he was like, this is leading into the stereotype, and I was like, I don't know
It's
about
being
that.
a fucking brat. It's thinking that you can actually walk up. Like, you've never in your life thought so big of yourself that you can walk onto a stage and grab the mic and start singing yourself.
For sure. But
right?
but do
so
you not
why
believe?
the fuck does he? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
But no, I think I made my point. Is when you're watching an artist doing their thing, you don't agree with it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to boo and be a dick.
100%.
If he just sat in his seat and said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," right? Just did that.
I said
It
this
would have
exact
caused
same
it
thing
would have
the
caused a
other day.
reasonable amount of controversy to that.
Just enough,
and
right?
he would have got the exact same point across.
Yeah,
in a sense,
I agree.
Like,
I said
I'm
the same
unstable and I don't like what you just said. Okay, well, and everyone would have been like, maybe Chris Rock's out of. They would have actually done this. It would have been like, Chris Rock's out of line. They would have actually said that, and everyone would have said on the contrary would have been, well, it's a comedian doing his job.
I don't know if there's ever even like a right point to pick on either side. Like there's the one thing is that like
No. To me, it's completely one sided.
You think so?
It's completely one sided for me.
You're straight up like
you're
Will
not allowed
Smith
to
is
walk
the
up.
wrong person.
Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're not allowed. It's an artist on stage doing a job, right? You are not allowed to go up there. You can protest. Vocally, you can do something. You can fucking go up there. And
go up and smack some. But here's where things come into play. And I mean, I'm just saying I don't know. I'm not saying that like, oh, that you're wrong. Like, I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. Here's the thing that like I'm like, well, there's 94 years of the Grammys getting everyone gets roasted in the front row.
Sure.
It's been I think this was the 94th. It's something like that.
Close to Oscars. Is it not the Oscars? You said Grammys.
Oh, Grammys. Sorry.
Nonetheless.
Oscars. And so people getting roasted front row, and that's been going on for a long time. So there is an expectation that's probably going to happen, and you're going to leave with a goodie bag with more shit in it than my salary in a year.
Yeah.
And that's part of Ricky Gervais said that. And I was like, oh, he's kind of right. But at the same time, like, is there a line? And I know that you're very on the side of the comedian, so this is probably something that you're not going to agree with. But like, is there a line that a comedian can cross where it does become abuse, quote unquote, where what he said is abuse towards Jada Pinkett Smith? You could take any comedian that goes up there and he can side with Hitler, and everyone does this Hitler garbage, but you can do this thing where you can go like, he goes up there and sides with Hitler, but in the end you're supposed to laugh because you realize he's being ridiculous and he's not being serious. He's going up there It's context, right?
To
Like
entertain
it's all about
and make a
context.
laugh. And you're supposed to always, especially in Hollywood, where it's your job as a public figure to be able to laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously. Right? Yeah. That's their job as Hollywood elites who don't take yourself too seriously. Everyone,
you knew you were getting into this.
You can leave anytime. Right? Jada Pinkett Smith doesn't need to be on TV. She can just leave. Same with Will.
Yeah.
They choose to be in the position where they're under ridicule and under watch, and all your moves are under watch.
And I mean, she's raked him through the coals. Like, you know the history of their relationship, and like that was the one thing.
All of that doesn't matter. Your job is to be in the public eye and to react appropriately to anything that happens to you.
But I think he's a broken man in that moment.
If a stranger throws a brick at you in public and you're a Hollywood elite, you can be like, hey, man, turn the other cheek. That person's a dick. Right? Yeah. If he sat there and he just fucking silently gave the finger, and would be like, you know what? Maybe Chris Rock's a dick, and we'll have the upper hand.
Wait, let me go back on that. Sure. You're saying I'm a top dog, number one celebrity walking through a park. Mm-hmm. Someone throws a brick at me. I can't do something?
Not that you can't. It's that you have to react in the most appropriate way.
Okay.
Anyone
because
would admire.
Of a celebrity.
Because of celebrity. You're just expected to.
I mean, you're not
I'm not saying it's your job to. No, I'm just saying, like,
you're right.
In respect to how it works.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be
There's an expectation there.
Especially he himself, who has aired himself as an example to how to react in these situations. He's done like self-bettering and all these shows and all that nonsense. So he's actually the figurehead.
Well, that's
bettering yourself, and it turns out he's actually quite bad at it.
Yeah,
he blew it by assaulting an artist. Doing exactly what their job is, and it's also not on top of that. It's what Will's been. It's his job too to sit there and not take it. Mm-hmm. If Will just said like, "Hey, fuck you," or he did it after hours, or he did it in person, or he screamed it out in the middle of the auditorium, and he grabbed his wife and said, "We're leaving." And I'm not accepting your award. A lot of people will be like, oh,
bigger statement to make, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead, he
gets up on stage, smiling,
smacks a guy, goes, accepts his little award, then stays, parties. There's a picture of him like cranking champagne, having a fucking blast after. Like, this guy just fucking assaulted somebody.
Yeah, that part was weird.
Anybody, any civil servant,
anyone that happened at the club in downtown.
I'd be arrested.
Yeah.
I should be arrested. Yeah. Anyone should be arrested. Why the fuck wasn't he arrested? Like,
everyone's I get it. Well, because it's not.
Chris isn't pressing charges. I'm sorry, but the police are going to arrest you because the police saw. That's the thing when they.
Well, no, it is up to Chris Rock.
Not necessarily.
It is.
No. The police can press charges themselves if they witness an assault. Did you know that? So if the police witness an assault, they press charge. No, a police officer themselves can press charges on someone after witnessing an assault. But if they show up to your house and they go, "That guy assaulted me," well, the police can't press charges. The police themselves can't press charges. They can put that person under arrest until charges can be pressed later. But
I don't think like, what's the difference between the police? No, the police can't press charges. It's either the town.
No. Police themselves can press charges after witnessing an assault.
And I can't. So I see somebody smack you. Can I press charges on the person that smacked you?
That's a tough one. Okay,
I don't think you're correct there.
I believe police can sell. Now we're too idiot.
I don't believe you're correct.
I remember watching.
I could be wrong,
because I love my favorite show was Cops. Right, my favorite show was Cops, and what happened was a guy was in his house and his wife was beating the shit out of him. Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, "She's hitting me, and the cops are like, "Okay, well we're gonna separate you. We're gonna do this because this is what you show up to a domestic assault and you do. We're gonna separate you tonight. Do you have a place to stay?" And then she winds up and fucking smacks him. Yeah. And oh, that's it, and you're under arrest. The guy goes, "I'm not pressing charges." It doesn't matter. I witnessed an assault. I'm pressing charges. And the police press charges.
Press charges or police arrested him? Because that's different.
They arrested her. They arrested her, right? Yeah. And put her, so I'm pressing charges.
You could be arrested.
She's going to jail tonight. She's under custody. At least that. So maybe not arrested or whatever that means, or detained for that matter.
Sure.
Put under arrest, put under control.
Then there's the question. So the police would then ask Chris Rock, do you want to press charges?
Right. So Will was never in cuffs. He was never detained. He was never under question.
No, but he walked off stage and he's not resisting arrest by any means. And then they ask, do you want to press charges? Chris Rock says no. And life carries on. This is my speculation. I don't know.
It's fair and dandy.
I don't believe that the police can press charges. I don't believe that that's the case. I'm pretty sure that would open up a can of worms. It's like, why do the police get to press charges, but I can't if I witness something? Like,
well, you can drop
the police are the people. They're always going to be the people. They should be.
I was once assaulted.
In terms of the court.
I was once assaulted, and I pursued the charges. I could have dropped the charges, and I didn't.
Yeah. I think I'm aware of that.
And I believe if someone else witnessed it, they're a witness to an assault.
Yeah.
So therefore, they could say, no, it is an assault.
Yeah.
Right. So if that person were to deny the charges that pressed upon them, then no. Well, then there's a backup saying
that's a witness. Yeah. But that person who witnessed it can't also press charges.
Yeah, because that's that person is not the victim of an assault. But nonetheless, it validates an assault occurred.
Yeah.
Therefore, this person is under arrest or at least under detainment until we find out whether or not this person is going to press charges. So Will Smith, in that sense, should have been put in fucking handcuffs and detained.
Potentially,
until we found out if Chris Rock wanted to press charges. That's exactly, I think, what is supposed to happen.
That's fair.
Yeah. And it blows my mind that he got a standing ovation 10 minutes later. It's so strange.
Yeah, for a speech that's a little fucking weird, too. If you go back and you look at it, it's definitely a bit weird.
I'm trying to be a beacon of love, and you suck at your job.
You literally just smacked him, dude.
And you just and for the people he's portrayed in his life too. He portrayed Muhammad Ali, and he's portrayed like you just made Muhammad Ali look bad. Because Muhammad Ali would never do that. Muhammad Ali, who punches people in the face for a living, would never dream of doing that.
That's a good point.
So,
like, he got made fun of. Muhammad Ali got made fun of. You never went out and smacked someone. Well, maybe he did. I don't know.
He got made fun of. I know there was funny things. I could show you. There's a roast where Muhammad Ali was there, and he walked up and he pretended to box the host for a minute and laughed it off, and then did his own thing. Like, of course, you're supposed to have the wherewithal that. You're in a position as a celebrity to be criticized and immortalized, and everyone's going to love you. A whole bunch of people. Everyone's bitching about the haters. Haters are 20% of the community. That everyone loves you, really.
I do like that. I tried to get to this before, but Ricky Gervais ended up talking about.
Yeah. What did he say?
They asked what his joke would be, and he was like, "Oh, I would never even think of making a joke about her alopecia. That's just completely uncalled for. I would have made a joke about her boyfriend."
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's very funny. It's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think? Now, say this. So suppose Chris Rock makes a joke about her boyfriend. Does Will Smith get up and do the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, he's going to fucking
I think he's broken. I think he's a broken man.
He's going to freak out about a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
He's going to freak out about anything that was said about her.
That's fair.
Right? Like, she's a nut bar. Like, I listened to a podcast called YMH, and they have been bringing up her bits on her stupid show for years, where she is a maniac. She's ridiculous.
What do you mean show? Like TV show?
She has her own show called Red Table Talks.
Like a podcast show?
I don't know. It's filmed. I don't think I don't know if it's a podcast or not. I'm probably on the Oprah network.
But it's not. It's like not a scripted show.
No, it's like it's a talk show, much like we're doing ourselves. Yeah. So it's a discussion. It's a discussion.
About the same quality.
It's a discussion forum show. She has her kids on it, and she had Will Smith on it, and that's where she told him straight up on the show, which I don't think it recorded live, but for whatever reason, the producers released it, where she basically told Will, "Here's the guy I've been sleeping with." I think his name was Angel.
It was her son's alcoholic friend.
Right. And she goes, and that's why, and she was talking about how he was unattentive to her. And that's why I ended up in an entanglement with Angel. And he goes like, an entanglement? Like, he already knew about the affair. He's like, an entanglement? That's how you're going to fucking call, that's what you're going to call this shit?
So he's getting all pissed off.
Yeah, and he has tears in his eyes. And she fucking aired it. Like, she could go to the producers and be like, you know what? Let's not humiliate my husband.
Yeah, no, she was like...
and he allowed it.
Here's the thing, and this is my personal opinion about Jada Pinkett Smith. She's terrible at everything she does. She's not a talent. She's the one person in that family that is not talented. Maybe she was at one time. She may have been. And Jaden, Willow, and obviously Will Smith are very high up there in the talent pool. Like they have done things.
I think they have a third kid who's like not in Hollywood.
Okay, so maybe this.
I think there's a boy. I think their eldest boy is not involved in Hollywood at all.
Okay, maybe, but the rest of them done really great.
Yeah,
and Jada keeps trying.
Yeah,
she did Regadeath, right?
She did Regadeath.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was Regadeath. I could be wrong about that.
I'm sorry, Jaden Pinkett Smith was
not Jaden. Jada Pinkett Smith.
I'm sorry, the daughter wasn't.
No, the mom.
She was in Regadeath.
Let me hold on. Let me find.
They had two drummers and they played.
You fix your mic and give me a second here.
Fix my mic. If Jada Pinkett Smith was in Regadeath, I used to joke about Regadeath all the time. They had two drummers.
Yeah,
they played Saturday Night Live.
I'm gonna look it up for a second.
Regadeath. She was in Regadeath. Good Lord.
I could be wrong here. Wait, whoa, that's not even
showing. Is it Regadeath, like reggae death? Not Ragadeath?
Yeah, reggae death.
Regadeath.
Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong. It just keeps bringing up other reggae bands. It's like Bob Marley, reggae. Like, Jesus Christ. You know what? I don't know. I could be wrong. Have you ever seen Jada Pinkett Smith do anything?
I couldn't name a single project she's ever done.
She was in Gotham. Did you ever watch that?
No, I didn't.
Well,
no.
You're not missing a damn thing.
Yeah, so I hear.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I just saw her name. Hold on a second.
Well, before we're done tonight, I do want to talk about the new Joker coming up, by the way.
The new Joker?
The new Joker coming up. He's premiered, right? He's premiered. He's the Irish kid or something, but I want to figure this out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, talk about it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to talk about it.
Do you know who it is?
I don't. He might have been. Okay. He was in the Eternals.
He was.
Right. Yeah. Is he actually Irish? Does he just look Irish? He's got very beady eyes.
I think he is Irish because he's always kind of had that accent. His name's Barry Keoghan.
Okay.
Keoghan.
This guy. Well, okay. Great. Aren't the fans begging for William Dafoe to be the Joker for like 20 years? Why don't we do that? Why wouldn't Hollywood listen to the fans? Again, fans brought back X-Men and finally made it good because X-Men 2 and X-Men 3 were so bad, and then they listen to fans and they're like, oh yeah, okay, let's actually do it this way. So why wouldn't we listen to fans and go like,
which X-Men are you talking about that are good?
X-Men 2 and X-Men. Well, X-Men 2 was okay, but X-Men 3 was real bad, right?
Yeah. So which ones were the good ones you're talking about?
X-Men 1, X-Men 2.
No, but you're saying the fans brought them back.
Oh, because the franchise was apparently dead at X-Men 3.
Yeah.
And then Halle Berry accredited the fans to bringing the franchise back to life because there was so much protest. Let's make this happen. Not to say it actually did it, but shouldn't the fans have some impact on it where they go like, we all want to see William Dafoe play the Joker. Everyone wants to see it. Everyone does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it would be bad. I don't know if it'd be amazing.
William Dafoe himself said, like, I would love to play the Joker. So, why are we getting this Irish kid who's like in his 20s, late 20s, maybe early 20s?
Well, he's not in his mid 20s. He's got to be like 30 or something.
I want to see an old mangled Joker. I'd like to see.
They literally did that with Walking Phoenix.
No. I want to see like a 70-year-old. I want to see like a 60-year-old Joker still running shit. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I like the idea of like a mangled man who is still running shit somehow. I think it's a really cool idea.
Go back, get the 60s Batman DVDs, and watch Cesar Romero not want to shave his mustache and do the Joker.
Yeah.
That's a mangled man playing the Joker. You have a crazy dude who's playing the Joker.
I'm shaking the table.
Sorry,
you're making me laugh.
You're all over the place. Nobody wants to see. I mean, like, I think that Willem Dafoe was going to be the perfect Green Goblin because his face looked like a fucking goblin.
Excellent.
Then they fucked it up. They put a fucking plastic ski helmet on him.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Marvel they redeemed it. He showed up. He flew through the air, cut for like a total of 20 seconds.
Crabby purple hood on.
And then he slammed into an alleyway, screamed at the mask, threw a brick at it. It smashed, and that was it. That was that. And they were like, cool, it's gone. We're over it. We're done with it.
Right.
And that's great. He got to play the goblin without
the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a horrible mutation. That's what they
totally.
Yeah. The Green Goblin was supposed to be a horrible mutation, and the Hobgoblin was supposed to be a guy in a costume. Remember that? So
there was one, yes.
So the Hobgoblin was we promised ourselves we weren't going to do this stuff with the super nerd stuff. But Harry Osborn, his son, the son of the Green Goblin was the Hobgoblin. Yeah. Right? And Harry becomes the Hobgoblin, but Harry becomes he puts on a suit and all that shit.
And a mask.
Right? He does the suit thing, but his dad was the horribly mutated guy that was the same victim of the same things that the lizard man used, the genetic manipulation that they use.
Yeah.
Am I too loud? What are you talking about?
No, you're shaking the table again.
Oh, Lord.
You're the worst.
We need buffers in here. We need a lot.
Well, you're a very animated character.
An animated man.
Yeah. So you do this a lot.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm talking like an Italian now.
Yeah. But I will cut that, so don't worry about it.
Well, I cannot. Maybe you give me a straight jacket and a head mic.
You can just sit like a normal human being. You can just sit like a normal human being and talk into a microphone. Kick back here. Yeah, there you go.
I do it with this big robot penis in my fucking face. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at it, man.
We've both come to the same conclusion.
Am I bad at podcasting? Is that what's going on?
No, you're just bad at talking to a mic.
Yeah, I've always been bad at talking to a mic. In fact, I remember I asked some friends for an audition. I don't know if you were there for that time. I tried to audition for a band.
No.
It was bad.
Really?
It was bad.
Which band?
16 Candles.
Okay.
For 16
I might have
Candles,
been there then.
Right? And I tried to do it, and they're just like, nope, you're garbage. You don't know how to use a microphone.
No, you don't.
Put it to your lips.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. I couldn't get the concept.
Still don't.
I'm sure, I'm not saying it's a matter of my singing. I don't think my singing is good. But they're like, your microphone skills are so bad, we're not even going near this. You don't understand the concept of being near the fucking thing. Like,
it's wild to me that your brain can't wrap around the idea of you have to talk into this thing. It's really not hard.
Yeah, because your head is actually tilted to it, and your eyes are pointed at me.
You can talk here. That's fine. But this needs to be pointed at your mouth.
I can stay like this.
And somehow you move your head so that everything starts doing this. And I'm like, can you please talk into your microphone? And then you move it like over here. And it's the same thing over there. You have no idea that this is an arrow pointed to your mouth. It's not hard.
Okay, so what did we figure out tonight in conclusion? We figured out Will Smith is a bad person.
Yep. You're bad at talking into a mic.
Mm-hmm. We figured that out. That's fair.
Yeah. Should we find out, did you want to give your opinion on Will Smith's movie that he won an Oscar for?
Oh, that was a great movie. He did a good job.
Did he deserve it?
An Oscar for it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Best Oscar of the last year.
You know what? I didn't watch I can't say I watched all the competitors, right?
That's a good point.
Right? So
I saw very few Oscar-nominated movies for this year. Yeah. But that's our take on the Oscars.
Yeah. You know what? There's a thing. It sounds racist to say. It's going to sound terribly racist to say. I haven't watched Moonlight. I watch a lot of black culture movies.
Okay.
Probably on the basis that I can't relate, or am I going to fake it? Or like, I'm looking forward to watching a Wu-Tang documentary, but that's something I grew up with watching it. I don't know. It keeps flashing past me on the streaming services. I'm like, I'm looking forward to watching that.
Well, maybe you need to expand your
fair, but at the same time, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch something a documentary on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict because I'm like, well, I don't have any cat in this game. I don't even know what opinion.
But that's interesting to learn about.
Sure, that's fine.
You know,
but I don't want to watch a movie on it. I should learn about it first, right? So if I'm going to watch something like Moonlight or whatever, like
that's not
sometimes
fair. You watch shit on comedy and you're not funny. So sorry, I had to throw a burn in there at least.
I'm hysterical. I'm actually no, I'm not. But I do appreciate comedy.
Did you want to throw one of your bits off your phone before we wrap this up?
There was a joke I had. What was the joke? Oh, yes.
You had a joke on your phone. You want to throw that in?
I had a good joke on my phone. Sometimes I find jokes on my phone funny.
You find a lot of them funny,
but
whether they are.
You heard. I told this to Mike earlier, and I laughed like crazy.
Yeah,
myself.
I had to wait for you to stop before we could record it.
It's a pretty good joke.
Is it?
I'm honestly worried because sometimes I black out and I'll write things on my phone. Sometimes it'll be like really sad, like you are wasting your life. And other times I'll find funny jokes in it.
That's a good one though.
Yeah. And
you are wasting your life.
I found that on my phone a couple times. I'm like, oh God, such a loser. Just like, dude, get a new girlfriend. Yeah. Here's one right here. This is like, get a Flip Mode Squad t-shirt. What does that mean?
You mean get two? I'll take one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I found a comment in here earlier. Now I can't find it, but nonetheless, I will try to tell the joke as best I can.
Jesus Christ.
I think a new app. Well, let's see if I can
it was the app one. Yeah.
New app. I think it's called new app.
Mm-hmm.
New joke. Nope. New app.
You got an app idea.
Is it app idea? It's
maybe.
App idea?
Yeah, there's something about it to do with an app.
Good app idea. There we go. Good app idea. Good app idea.
All right, you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? Wait. Is there I don't have any other.
You don't have any punchers?
I don't have any drum rolls.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
You find one later.
Yeah.
Good app idea. When someone cuts you off, you mark down their license plate. And if one day they die in a fiery crash, you get sent balloons with their license plate on it.
That's so bad. I mean,
who wouldn't buy that app? You can mark it down. I fucking hate that fucking guy. And then,
can anyone sign up for it?
Anyone can sign up for it.
You don't even know who was driving the car.
Right, but you can mark down. You can write their license plate in. I got cut off by this person. Write their license plate in.
Yeah, but 6 different people could be driving that car.
Well, nonetheless, that license plate died in a fiery crash.
That car goes down.
That's the car. You're a victim of that car.
When that van is taken off the road, you get a bunch of balloons.
Yeah, that's nice. You get a bunch of balloons that say "got home safely," or
written off.
You get a bunch of balloons that say "died in fiery crash."
Oh my God!
And you get the satisfaction of knowing that person that cut you off 10 years ago. And you just pay $1 a month. Everyone would pay for this. Everyone would pay
$1 a month until it's gone, until it's done, till that's
you'd pay $1 a month for the app, right? You pay $1 a month for the app. Everyone gets into this like, oh my God,
I don't think you.
So I could just punch the license plate in, and then on that day it goes, okay, thank you very much for your submission that you asked for your submission. We'll get back to you if there's any news. Like 12 years later, and they can come back and be like, and here's your comment at the time. Here's what you wrote. They cut you off at this turn, at that turn, and here's what they did. And they died in a fiery crash.
Oh my God. Wait, so
and you get balloons that would say that they took someone with them or something.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right.
So
I think
I would never use that app. You could have it on my phone. I maybe would, over the course of my life, maybe get there's one license plate. I'm like, all right, fuck it, you're going on the list. One, maybe one. I imagine you're putting half a dozen on every 3 months. So do you pay $1 a month still? Or are you paying $1 per license plate?
Good point. So you pay $1 a month, right?
Yep.
And you get one license plate a year. That's how you want to spend it. Ooh. Now, if you want to add additional license plates. At the end of the
year, you get to decide if you want to keep that license plate on.
Any additional license plates you want to add, it's another $1.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
We got a winning idea there. It's actually a fucking good idea. It would be a matter of whether or not you could actually
I don't know
attain public record.
All right, we're going to have to get some people to write in here. This is really going to have to happen. Do you even know what the email address is?
The Dumpster Talk?
Yeah.
No. No, I do
Not
not.
at all. Okay. People can email us in at info@dumpstertalk.com.
Info at dumpstertalk.com.
Info@dumpstertalk.com. Can you say that?
Info at dumpstertalk.com.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Or they can at us at Dumpster Talk.
On the app store.
Any of the social media apps. Wow. I heard that.
Yeah, I got it in the mics. I heard it
No,
too.
that's in the mic. Yeah.
So
Why?
Oh, that butt.
oh my God.
You're stinking up the place.
Stinks,
This is the
stinks.
perfect reason to stop this.
Okay. Well, okay. We should cut.
We're going to cut, but we're going to come back. We're coming back. We're coming back strong. Justin and I decided that we had to come back because you guys needed this.
Right.
We know that you needed this, and we're going to do it from here, and we're just going to keep going up.
Oh, we do have one listener that Mike has to send a T-shirt to still, and we're going to figure that
For
out.
fuck's sake.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean,
I sent one in Korea. You got to get it to her.
oh, you say like you sent one to Korea. You literally dropped one off in Whitby.
Yeah, but I had to drive around a lot.
That is not. I
Okay,
sent
I'll tell you
one to
what.
Korea.
I'll tell you what. You figure out everything. I'll pay for the packaging.
That seems fair.
All right, deal.
That seems fair.
All right, we're gonna get you that T-shirt, darling.
Who is it?
I don't know, some bitch. She's a loyal listener.
Is
I
this
forget her name
it's
right
like
now.
in the American? She's American.
Yeah, her name it sounds like a British name or something. It sounds like New Hampshire.
You said the girl from Manchester.
Manchester, yes.
She's not from Manchester.
Right, she's in
from
Michigan
like
or something.
St. Louis.
Yeah,
or-
yeah. But her name
Yeah.
is like something Manchester.
I think it's St. Louis.
So that Manchester girl, we're gonna get you that T-shirt, girl.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know. So we got to find a size and stuff. Fuck.
I got all the info. I got
it all?
I got all the info.
Info at dumpstertalk.com.
Right.
Send it to me.
You know what,
We'll line
guys?
it up.
If you want a T-shirt too, if anyone wants a T-shirt, we can figure it out. We'll just send you a fucking free one from time to time if you're reasonable and if you're in Canada.
Send in a question that you want to
Yeah.
have McD answer, and we'll send you a T-shirt.
And if you want a T-shirt too, for free,
Eventually.
we will give
within
out free
2
T-shirts.
years.
Yeah, you know what? We will also give out free T-shirts if you pay for shipping. How about just pay for shipping?
Nah, nobody even needs to do that.
Yeah, we'll
We
figure
can
it
send
out.
it. It costs like $10, $12.
Yeah.
Can't cost much to send a T-shirt.
If you actually come
Send
to us
a
and be
question.
like, I can't afford the shipping. Yeah, you know what? Send a question. We'll pay the shipping. How about that?
That's what I said first time.
That's not bad. Yeah, I like that deal.
You'll get a question. It'll get an idiot answer to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start stepping this up a bit. We might
think
even
so, too.
prepare something. I mean, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
We might have a topic or something.
Get on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Get on the episode for
Things are really looking up around here.
episode 2,201.
Yeah.
301 come
If
up.
we can find those 200 lost episodes, we've got it made.
Yeah, we're going to label this episode 201.
Yeah.
All right, let's sign out.
My name is Mike Smith.
My name is Justin McDonald,
Baloney Jones.
and this ain't never going to work.